Okay, we are back with the A to Z Steam Challenge. I am the Fresh Maker, you are not. And today, we are playing the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which is the sequel to the game I played last time, Binding of Isaac. So yeah. Let's have a look at what we can do. I'm gonna play Azazel because he's fun. Just on normal, just because I haven't played it properly in a long time. Get limber. This is good. Okay. So you might notice that it looks a little bit different than the last game, and it is. There are different features. It looks different. There are different enemies and everything. There are different characters to play as, such as Azazel. There are different hearts and mechanics and everything. You can see Azazel has black hearts in the corner up top left corner. So he what those hearts do is when they are depleted, they damage everything in the room. Huh. Okay, well, that's not even something I want, actually, because normally I would want that. Sorry, not normally. In the other game, I would want that. In the previous game, because it was very good. In this game, it's pretty weak. Okay, so right there is where my audio completely fucks up. So you will have me doing some sort of post-production dub now. The bomb item is really weak. Oh, the item that I just saw in the item room, little baby in a jar, is really weak because it, in the last game, it shot a bomb. Your bombs replaced your tears, and they were really strong because they would just work off how much damage bombs actually did in the game. But in this, it works off a percentage of how much your tears do, or did, when you picked up the item. So, as your tears do a lot less damage than bombs, it scales up a lot slower. You can get it to do a lot of damage, but in the last game, everything pretty much died in one hit to bombs, but now it won't. So I just picked up a little lumpy little guy. And what he will do is he will pretty much pull the aggro of all the monsters nearby to him. And by that I mean everything will run towards him or attack him. So that's pretty good. I can see forever pill that reveals where all the secret rooms are when you get into the room adjacent to them. The chocolate makes you poop at random times, just out of nowhere, because it's like chocolate laxative. I was about to say diarrhea chocolate. That sounds like the worst thing that I've ever heard. So yeah, in this room that I just entered, there will be a number of chests or an item, and if you interact with them, well, you pick up the item or open the chests, in this variation of the room, it will spawn bosses from various levels, but as it's only early on in the game, doesn't actually make that difficult. They're pretty easy bosses. And you'll see the green glow that opens up holes in the walls. That's from the I Can See Forever pill that I picked up before and used. And the grey heart next to the black heart that I've got is a soul heart from the last game, where you it's just like armor for your hearts, pretty much. It's just like temporary hearts. You'll see I dropped a poop there as well from the chocolate laxatives. It's an eternal heart. I'm pretty sure I showed that off. Yeah, I showed that on the last one because it was like eternal version, so everything was dropping them. Normally they're not as common as they were in the last game, in the last video. But yeah, if you get to the end with one intact, you gain a red heart, which, yeah, you can only lose it by taking damage to your red hearts, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, shots up, shot speed up. Got some devil room items, but I mean, there's no... I don't have anything, I don't have enough soul hearts to buy them. You see there, it completed the heart because I had a soul heart. This item's alright, especially for like kiting around dudes. It leaves a trail of like black, like tar almost, and it'll slow any walking enemies. I also learnt that it will slow some enemies when you hit them with your tears, or I guess laser in this case. That's good. Got a little bit too close there. Yeah, see, I sort of just poked that guy with the laser and he got slowed. Also, he was running after the decoy guy. That was pretty lame. Did not mean to get hit by that. I keep avoiding that chest as if I'm gonna accidentally waste a key and open it, but I don't have a single key, so it doesn't matter. Cool, 2 more soul hearts. And the thing about that is, you may have noticed that I had half a cursed heart, and picked up 2 soul hearts, and it gave me a full soul heart, or one and a half soul hearts, and completed the cursed heart, which is good. It gave me an extra hit on that, so it's not going to waste. It's not going to instantly like damage everything in the area when it gets hit. I just picked up Maggie's Faith, which is an item that every level, at the start of every level, you get an eternal heart. So that's pretty good. You get like one guaranteed 1 level each level, I guess. Oh, 1 heart each level. I don't know what I'm talking about. 1 red heart each level, which is good so long as you don't get hit. Also, I showed the map there as well, which you press tab to view, which is a new feature in this game. There was no viewable map in the last game. So really, there's like, just in this game, there's so many really good quality of life updates, and, you know, UI and stuff like that, just to make the game a lot nicer to play. Oh yeah, another thing they added in this game was sort of alternate rocks, I guess you could call them, where depending on what level you're on or what room you're in, there'll be a few, or there's a chance to have a few things that are not rocks. And where I am now, there's mushrooms in the previous one? No, in the next one. There's no, in the previous one there was pots, but which can appear throughout the game, similar to like Legend of Zelda sort of thing. Pretty sure that's what the reference is. And in the next level there's skulls, which have some like good items that drop out of them. Like all of them have a chance to drop good stuff. And bad stuff, actually. Like the mushrooms will sometimes explode into poison gas, so you have to be careful when you're exploding them nearby. Cannot believe I just did the same thing twice. Oh, I hate those rooms so much. Just restocking some stuff. I gave the donation machine 1 coin so I could get down to 15 coins. Because that's the default price for the good items in the shop, like the nun's headdress thing that you saw in there. What's that one called again? A mitre? No, that's the Pope. Habit, right? I forgot what it's called. I think it's the habit. But yeah. I'm just making my way through the level. Another really easy boss, like the moon will take you to the secret room, which does absolutely nothing for me, seeing as that item replenishes your use item that you had, which of which I do not have any, so doesn't do anything for me. Go back and grab my world card, which reveals the whole map. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I think I'm explaining something, but I can't remember what I was explaining. So, you know, super useful. That was a pretty good dodge of those skeleton dudes. They are really quick off the mark with throwing the bones. It might not look very quick, but that's because you can look anywhere on the screen and have the hindsight to go, oh well, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't walk right into that bone or anything, but they do lead you on a bit. This is a room that's usually pretty difficult, but Azazel makes it really easy with the laser. Normally the hearts, normally you can't damage the masks, and the hearts take quite a bit of health to get rid of, but in that one you can at least you can burst down the hearts pretty quickly. Which I'm contemplating whether or not to open all this. Yeah. And then I don't know, it ended up okay, I guess. It blew up a dude. I could have used those extra 2 items instead. Good, another Legend of Zelda reference. If those giant hands hit you at all, they will pick you up and take you to the last room that you were in. Like War Master style. War Master? Why am I forgetting the word for everything today? That's all the things in Zelda were, right? War Masters. Oh yeah, here you can see the skulls that you can break open for certain items. Some of which are pretty good. There's this great one, I think it's called Skeleton Baby, where you, it's a little baby that follows you around, like the black and white baby that's next to me shooting the purple tears. But this one doesn't shoot any tears, it blocks tears for you, and if it blocks a tear, or any damage actually, it has a chance to, damage everything in the room, like the black hearts do when they break. Abel, the mirrored body, is just a baby that like mirrors your movements across the stage. Two diamonds will double the amount of coins you have. Neat little trick that I apparently don't use in this room for some reason is if you break open actually any item, if you break it open and an enemy comes out, like a skull or a pot will sometimes have spiders in it. If you go out of the, like if you've already completed the room and leave and then come back, all the minions you saw that come out of the things, the pots or the skulls or whatever, will disappear. Because the room only resets the enemies if it's actually like the enemies sanctioned for the room, I guess you could call it, like those green dudes. If something else was summoned now after all of them are dead, it wouldn't count because you can like leave the room. Also, another really good thing about Azazel is that he can fly. Excuse me. And so he can get over all that the glowing red stuff, which will damage you if you walk on it. Another really great item I picked up there is the broken stopwatch, pocket watch or something. And yeah, what it does is every time you enter a room, a new room, sorry, there's a chance that all the enemies in it will be slowed, just automatically for a certain time. Another really annoying boss, actually. This one's like super difficult without you know, some sort of cheese strap with Azazel or whatever. Like Azazel's just really strong, so long as you can get in close. This one really helps me out here, the decoy, because normally the adversary will shoot lasers towards you, but because he targeted the decoy instead, he actually just shot towards him. Oh yeah, the blue fires you can only blow up, you can only extinguish with bombs. That's another Legend of Zelda reference, I think. I don't know enough about Legend of Zelda. I picked up the holy water from the angel room, which floats around behind you until you get hit once, and then it breaks and leaves a puddle on the ground for a little while. The item there was a question mark because of the curse at the start of the room, which was Curse of the Blind or Curse of Darkness. I can't remember which. I think the Blind, or Unknown, something like that. And what that does is every item that's on a pedestal, so like a big item, not a bomb or a heart or a key or anything that like lies on the ground, will be like hidden to you. You won't know what it is until you pick it up, and then you have to work out what it is by the name of it and the description. But if you don't know what item, like if this is your first time you're seeing this item, then you might be a little bit screwed. Entirely possible. Oh yeah, some additions, like some more additions to the new game is the larger rooms that you can go into. Sometimes there's ones that are sort of one room, 2 rooms by 1 room sized, so like 2 rooms long, but only 1 room high. Or the other ones, like the large rooms that I was just in before, which are 2 by 2. Like the size of 4 normal rooms. Oh yeah, also, that's right, I remember doing this now. I am explaining that Azazel's tiers are a bit different, even in the standard of being odd tiers. Like, they're lasers, obviously, which is abnormal, but they're odd lasers. Whereas normally there's a laser item that makes it go all the way across the screen. His laser only goes a short distance in front of him, and it also does not count as an item. So if you ever changed all your items, there's items that can like re-roll every single item that you're currently using. It will. You will always have that short laser as your tiers, I think. Actually, now that I think about that, the bomb was probably a good thing to have picked up. The bomb item right at the start that I said was terrible. As this is the first time I've played... almost yawned. As this is the first time I've played it a long time, at this point. I played it a couple of times since now. I could not remember the interaction between the 2 items, and I, for some reason, because I'd played the old one, the old game before, I thought everything got, I thought the laser got overridden, which is normally what happens with Binding of Isaac items in the old game, at least. Like, if you had the big laser item, they didn't have a small laser item in this one. In the old one, I mean. It would just get overwritten by certain other things. Oh, that cancer filled up my soul hearts. I did not notice that before. See, that's the joy of hindsight, I guess. I can look around the whole screen. I don't have to, like, worry about what I'm doing. So that's what the protected is. But also HP up, I think. That's pretty good. Onto the boss now. Oh, already up to mum. That's good. I'm pretty sure I showed it in the last video. The cheese strat that I'm pulling right now still works in this game. Works especially well when you have the decoy baby, because the enemies just run after him. For some reason, they're the they leave the decoy, and yeah, stop going after him. And yeah, Mum always drops these 2 items, which are the Polaroid and the negative, like the like photographs. One allows you to go to the chapel, and then the chapel? I can't remember. The chapel and then the chest, let's say. I know it's the chest. I can't remember if it's the chapel or not, where you fight other bosses, or you go to Sheol and then the Dark World, I think it's called. Dark World is a new edition. It always had the chest as the final level in the last one. Cathedral is the one, not chapel. Also, I just used in the previous level, I just used a crystal thing, whatever they're called, a rune. It was passage, which just opened, like, it acts as if you just defeated a boss, and it opens up the trapdoor to go to the next level, which is good. I don't really like the womb. I don't like playing in the womb. It's really just an annoying level for most of the time. The damage is scaled up, so you take 1 heart of damage instead of half. Which is no fun. This is another good enemy to have the decoy on, because normally that enemy will just stay under the ground until you get really close to it, and then you have to fight it right up close. But in this, it went after the decoy, so I got to it just stayed up the whole time, so I could just attack it freely. Oh yeah, another bad thing about the room, there's no item rooms. So yeah, that's a real nuisance. There's like, you very rarely get any extra items in the room unless you go into like special rooms and stuff like that. More cheese strats, you can just pull with any flying character that can shoot over rocks. Oh yeah, my soul hearts filled up, so I can't actually get any extra ones, which is another new quote-unquote feature. It's technically a bug fix, I guess, because in the last game you could keep gaining soul hearts after you had filled up your health bar, and they would just appear behind it, or like be hidden behind it. But yeah, in this there's no feature like that, and they just are not able to be picked up. This is the final boss for quite a while, until you beat this one 10 times, I think it is. Kind of unfortunate that it didn't get slowed by the stopwatch, because this fight is a lot easier with that, because then the tears just drop really close in front of it. Like all of the tears it's shooting out like this, all the bullet hell stuff is just really easy. It's the first time I've actually done that like that before. I usually kill whatever enemy it brings along or summons, and then kill the main thing. But it just turned out that I could just kill the other one, the main boss. So yeah, into the cathedral. Starts off with a really bad boss. It's just like a normal room, which sucks. So yeah, you defeat the 3 ghosts, and then you can actually fight that thing. Normally that's more difficult. As soon as I started firing that laser, I remembered how terrible it was to fight those things. I'm like, oh, whoops. Hanged Man, just a terrible card for anyone that can fly, because it just makes you fly for 1 room. So, you know, completely pointless. I then choose to pick up this over the Faith because I think it doubles your tier stat, which is like charge speed for me, so it makes me able to fire the laser a lot quicker, which is exactly what you want. And then I jump into this room and start firing like right into these dudes and wonder why they don't just instantly die. And I then realize it's because they're actually the bosses, like they're the greed bosses from previous levels. So it's like they have a lot more health than I would have thought. That's the thing with the cathedral. There's a lot of bosses to fight, and it sucks. And because of that, I just choose not to fight it at all. Another shit boss. I've just been getting the really bad bosses. The bloat. The bloat is what it is. Normally it's really hard if you can't maneuver very quickly, but you can bait it out into you can bait it out into shooting the wrong way and then like getting right behind it really quickly. For some reason I'm only taking... Oh, did I? Oh, I think from the cancer I only take half damage. Because in the cathedral the damage stays the same in that you only you take a full heart of damage. Another weird secret room, lots of mushrooms, hopefully you can get items from them, and I do. I get the best item you can get from it, which is a stat up, which is great because I actually needed some damage. I also needed that quite a bit. And right here I think I'm working out how to change the cards, maybe? Yeah, I'm looking, I'm like mashing it, it's like tab, control, no. Tab brings up the map, control brings up the oh my god, I've forgotten. No, I think it was Z that brings up the description of the card that you're holding, and then control swaps them, maybe? Yeah, let's say that. So yeah, I got a lot more damage from that, all stats up from the mushroom. And, yeah, it got back on my health as well, which is really good. So even some of the more difficult normal enemies in here will die in one hit. Not the bosses like these with the health bars, but okay. And onto the boss for the cathedral, which is Isaac, which has a ton of health. But luckily, like I wanted with the It Lives boss, I got the slow the broken watch effect on it, so that's really good. This is an annoying boss. I mean, they must have patched it or something, because normally you can just sit in one corner and you won't get hit at all when the lasers come through, but in this one it seemed to hit me a lot more, especially when I run road. Turns out that screws you up. Yeah, see, sometimes it'll just do that, but before it was just like all the time it would do that. And there we go, beat Isaac. Normally it's more difficult. I go back through the level now and grab some hearts, grab the hearts I dropped from the lovers, and I'm like, oh god, it's broken. But no, it wasn't. Then it takes me to the chest, which of course is Curse of the Darkness, which sucks. Okay, so in the chest, there's 4 chests at the start. You open them up and you grab all the stuff. Mascara is shot speed down, damage up. The brass knuckles are have a chance to when your tears are normal like circular tears, they have a chance to come out as what am I thinking of? Get the words right. They have a chance to come out as teeth, which do 4 times as much damage. And the lung item, Monstrous Lung, makes your... If you have normal tears, makes your tears similar to the Monstro boss's attacks, which is a huge, like, charged up, like the laser. It's charged up like a huge shotgun blast of tears, It just like sprays everywhere. So both of those items both stack with the laser, but not visually, and not like with its hitbox either. It like they just add the damage that they would do. So technically, anytime I shoot a laser, it could be a quote unquote tooth laser where it'll do more damage, and every shot I do will take longer to charge up, but it will do more damage as if it was like a charged up Monstro's lung shot. And yeah, that's that pretty much. I really just breezed through that boss, through all the damage, and then I like realized after why that happened, which is where I go on to explain all the stuff I just said about the items. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm really happy that I got to show a successful run. Because afterwards I go on to have a lot more terrible runs with a far more difficult character, but nonetheless not entertaining at all to see me just die over and over again. Yeah. So that's it for this one. Sorry about having to, I mean, not that it really changes anything, but it's a bit annoying to have to do the sort of dub over the gameplay. Normally I like to do it while I'm playing to get sort of reactions to things and stuff like that. It's a lot more organic and natural to see me playing a game and then like just make this sudden realization that I'm like, oh, it was because of this item that this happened, or wait a minute, those don't interact together properly, or any number of things like that. But it is what it is. My capturing program screwed up my microphone audio, or it cut out or something. But yeah, it is what it is. It's already happened, and this is the only fix possible. It's not like I could retrieve it. There was no audio to retrieve. So yeah, that's it for this one, and I will see you next time for, let me check really quickly, something I can actually do. Well, the thing still runs. Whoops, I can't get the settings right. Here we go. Oh man, it's all the way at the bottom. Quickly get up to the top. Besiege Isaac. Bioshock is what it is. So yeah, next time, Bioshock. Once I get around to doing that. I should be able to do that at some point soon. As long as all this editing and stuff doesn't go badly. Okay. See you.